Hello and welcome to the City Council update for October. I'm Wally Weisopel, City Manager. The City Council met on the 12th and the 26th, and at the conference meetings, they discussed several items, including the Metropolitan Council Environmental Services, that's MCES. They're the people who handle the sewers, the wastewater in the city. And they were talking about, the council, the lift station that's being proposed for the former Girl Scout camp. Now this lift station provides a connection from the Brooklyn Park side of the river to the Fridley side, and then it makes its way all the way down to Pig's Eye in St. Paul. And the lift station is necessary to make the operations run, and they are going to be constructing a lift station on the former Girl Scout site, and they were having a conversation with the City Council on the various stages of implementation, including a communications plan, and look for the MCES to be providing more information to the neighborhood in that regard. The City Council then heard a presentation from MnDOT, Department of Transportation, regarding a planning and environmental and linkages study. Now this is a study of the two corridors, Highway 65 and 47, University Avenue. And the study is providing more information about how those two highways function and how we can make them safer and more attractive. Now this study will be going on for quite some time, and this was an update to the City Council about how that study is going to work. The City Council also got a presentation from our own employee and on our Citizen Serve code enforcement program. And Citizen Serve is a new software program that will allow our staff to keep the City Council and any of the members of the public up to date on the status of certain complaints. And then the City Council also got an introduction to a recodification project that's going to take place. The code is a collection of the city ordinances that are the laws of the city. And every once in a while, every 10 years or so, it's required that the city look at those, make sure they're up to date, and they're organized appropriately. And that process will begin fairly soon. At the regular meetings, the City Council conducted several assessment hearings. Now, assessments are when the properties have a benefited program, such as a street reconstruction, and the assessment is an amount paid by that property for the benefited improvement that takes place. Now, there were 3 reconstruction projects that took place this past year, and those assessment hearings took place, and it was the opportunity for the city to make the statement to the residents about how much it's going to cost and what was done, and for the residents to answer any questions. So those 3 street reconstruction assessments were held and they were approved, and then the residents pay for that on their taxes the following year. They can also pay that in advance if they so choose. Also included was an assessment for abatements. Now, abatements are when a property has different problems at it, such as high grass and weeds and outdoor storage and the like, and then the city has to intervene after a period of time of non-compliance and have that cleaned up by a third party. And those charges then are assessed to that property. And at this assessment hearing, the City Council heard arguments from certain of those property owners about their concern about the cost of those charges. Those administrative abatements were also approved. The City Council also held a public hearing and approved an administrative citation ordinance. Now, this administrative citation is going to be used at first for parking tickets only, and what it allows is for the city to administer that parking ticket. And if you were to receive a parking ticket from the city because of, say, parking after November 1st for the snowplows to get through, then that parking ticket would be paid to the city instead of going to court. The benefit is that it's much cheaper and it doesn't go on any of your driver's license records. And then finally, the City Council held a public hearing with regard to a liquor license for Halo's Restaurant, and it was located at 1040 Osborne Road. The city council took testimony from the public and mostly from the license applicant, and then also had some questions for the applicant as well. They closed that public hearing and will consider approval of that liquor license in November. So that's what the city council is up to in October. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Wally Weishuppel, city manager. See you in November.